Welcome to episode 3 of the Total Bro Sports Podcast.
Hello, all. Welcome to the Total Bro Sports Podcast, episode 3. And we're talking about some trending topics going on in the NFL this week. So let's see what's on the agenda. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening with Drew Brees and the Saints.
Let me start. I think the Saints are screwed.
Really? Why would you say that?
Because their schedule has them going up against – actually, it's pretty easy, but Jameis Winston will probably be under center because they use Taysom Hill as a weapon. He throws 4 picks on average a game, and they're going to lose to probably the Broncos, and there's a good chance they'll lose to the Falcons.
I don't know about that. I think they can easily beat the Broncos. The Broncos were horrible. As Chris Berman said, they were just awful, this past week against the Raiders.
And I'd like to mention, even if they fall behind against the Falcons are probably just going to choke the lead anyway, so they should be fine.
Great point. Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be definitely really interesting to see how Jameis steps up. Because last year when Drew Brees was out 5 games, Teddy Bridgewater won all 5. So it'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah, but do you think that Jameis Winston is the right option to go with?
I mean, compared to Taysom Hill, yes.
No.
Because, look, he had the most yards last year. Obviously, he's the first quarterback to ever throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in a season, but he still led the league in passing yards. He showed that he was capable last season of being a starting quarterback, and Taysom Hill has never shown that ever. I mean, he's only thrown 18 passes in his career, Taysom Hill. So
correct, and he's only completed 10 of them.
Yeah, no touchdowns, 200 yards. It's not really too impressive. I don't think Jameis Winston would do it. I think Jameis Winston's definitely the safe option in this.
Yeah, I think their only challenging games will be the Chiefs, definitely, and possibly Vikings and Panthers down the road. So that if they win against the Falcons twice, against the Broncos, and against the Eagles, then I think they should be fine.
That's true.
No, I agree.
Yeah, it'll be weird though without Brees in there.
Yeah,
but, they'll definitely have to run the ball more. Kamara in the games that Bridgewater was in, they ran the ball an average of 4.5 more times than they did with. There'll definitely be an increase in rushing. I just don't think he'll start.
Jack, are you a proponent of starting the Mormon Missile?
Yes. I think the Mormon Missile is more reliable. I think he's probably going to have better accuracy. Jameis Winston threw 30 picks last year. That is pathetic. And I'm just worried that he's going to throw way more.
Oh, do you think that change in scenery could
Sorry.
help him out? That he might throw less picks because he's not forced to throw it down the field as much because he's no longer in Bruce Arians' offense?
Who knows? He might throw more picks because we don't know if Sean Payton and him get along.
I mean, he had to throw the ball 626 times last year, which was the most in the NFL. So he was kind of forced, like Alex said, was forced to throw the ball a lot downfield, especially in Bruce Arians' air raid offense. But this will definitely be a different scheme, and it'll be, we'll see how he can fit in the Saints offense.
Yeah, that's actually a great point because if you're forced – and also with the Saints, they have Alvin Kamara, so that should take a lot of pressure off of Winston.
Yeah, definitely a lot of check down passes to Kamara. I would definitely expect that.
No, I actually, Jack, I disagree with you. I would go with starting Winston even though he is a turnover machine.
You're going to watch him throw 3 picks.
Look, even as of this recording, I checked ESPN and he's number 2 on the depth chart.
Oh. But
also, I'd like to mention he did not throw any interceptions when he went into the game.
Well, he only threw a pass.
I heard it was a near interception, or I read that, I think, on ESPN. It was close to throwing an interception.
Well, he was 6 for 10 though, so he threw more than just a pass.
Oh, good.
He
That's
threw one
important.
pass in the first game, but then he came in and he did an all right job the second half. I'm just surprised Drew Brees was able to come back in and even play the first half of that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh, yes.
And what they said was that he fractured 3 ribs on his left side and 2 on his right, and the 3 on his left they expected it to be fractured from the Bucks game, the game before. So he came in with fractured ribs, and then got even worse. And he still stayed in for a little bit until halftime.
Okay, that's great, because then we can just pivot right to the Brees discussion. Like, do you guys think he's coming back? Like, they've been very unclear, the Saints, about his status.
I think there's a chance he might come back, but he has a collapsed lung, so that'll probably be like a month or 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he'll possibly be back by the end of the season. If not, if they make the playoffs, which they probably should, then I think he'll be back by playoff time. But I wouldn't expect him back in within the next month and a half.
Yeah, I don't know. Then they should just put him on injury reserve, because Ian Rappaport said that they weren't even discussing injury reserve, but that they really should be.
I mean, it's just tough. It's tough because Brees really, you can tell he wants to play and be out there every single game. So it's tough to have him be away from the game.
Now
And
Tom Brady's going to get that touchdown record back.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom Brady already has that record anyway.
It's back and forth every week.
Because if you include playoffs, which I think they should, Tom Brady has the record.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then I guess some of the more recent news, he's currently seeking a second opinion for the injuries, and we'll learn more tomorrow morning.
I guess that's going to be to be determined for that.
Yeah, to be determined. All right, how about the Patriots or the Cheatriots?
Oh, they have a tough schedule, but they're showing some promise now.
Yeah, they definitely have looked good. I mean, they won the last 2. Granted, one was against the Jets, but
yeah, one of them was against the Jets, so that's
where they allowed the most points and yards against the Jets this year. But I don't know, they've been looking good.
The biggest thing they improved, and I saw this against the Ravens, that they did really good on containing Lamar Jackson in the pocket, and he got sacked a lot.
Yeah, and they were able to contain their run. Like, the Ravens only ran for like 115 yards, which for them is really low.
Yeah.
And they run the most out of any team in the league. So if you're able to contain the run, force Lamar to throw the ball, and keep him in the pocket, then that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule for the remainder of the year. It's it's not too difficult, I'd say. Like, they have some tough opponents, but some easy opponents too. They have to play the Jets again.
Oh, that's an easy win.
Yeah, I went on the New York Times. Not normally a news source you would go for football, but they actually have a great playoff indicator, and you can see whether your team has a chance of making it. And they say the Patriots currently have a 15% chance of making the playoffs, but if they win their last 3 games, which are against division rivals Dolphins, Bills, and Jets, their playoff chances are now become equivalent to a coin flip.
Yep.
It's interesting. I mean, the Dolphins have been looking surprising this year, and the Bills have been really good. So neither of those games
the
will be
Dolphins
good.
have been looking great. Oh my gosh.
Yes. And the next 3 games that they have are all very winnable, and they've won 5 straight. So they're going to be favored the next 3, so they should win 8 straight.
Yeah.
Should be crazy.
Wait, so then looking back on the quarterback swap from Tua to Fitzpatrick, do you guys think it was the right move?
Well, looking back, yeah.
I think
that was a good thing for them to do. Now they don't have to rely on Fitzception.
Yeah. But he holds a curse on the starter, so Tua could go down.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but I think Tua. I mean, at the time I was skeptical, but I think Tua's done a good job so far. I think he'll definitely keep it up too. I mean, Dolphins are in prime position right now, better position that they've been in years to make the playoffs.
What a huge about face from last season, where they were tank.
Yeah, they were in the tank bowl last season. They messed it up, but that seems to have worked out for them.
Yeah, they actually they kept the least amount of players this season, carrying over from last season. So I mean, you could tell that they were going into the season. It was going to be a complete rebuild, and I mean, just in one season, you can see great improvement. And people are liking Brian Flores, their coach. I mean, much improved from Adam Gase a few years ago. So,
yeah, what do you guys think is driving their success? Because they've beaten the Cardinals, which is not an easy team, and they've won 5 straight, as Kai said. Like, why are they being so successful all of a sudden?
I don't know. I mean, I think
Which game did Tua get put in again? I don't remember.
Jack?
What? Which one?
Yeah, which
he got put in against like the Jets.
Oh, so that was like game 2 of their winning streak. So I think that probably made a good impact there, because after that they played the Rams, Cardinals, and Chargers. 2 of them being pretty good teams, and the Chargers, well, yeah, they're the Chargers.
Yeah, curse.
I mean, and one thing you wouldn't expect, but the Dolphins actually have like the best scoring defense in the league. They've allowed the least amount of points, so they've really been buckling down defensively. And Tua's been looking good. Fitzpatrick looked good. So, I mean, they've been getting it done on both ends. So it's been a huge step forward.
Did the Dolphins get it? Did they draft some players for their defense? Did they have any significant additions this past offseason?
I
can't say off the top of my head.
I think they got Eric Flowers.
Yeah.
Eric Flowers is not going to do anything. I'm thinking about the defense.
Well, Devontae Parker's gotten better.
Yeah, he's actually pretty solid now. I don't know.
Apparently though, Eric Flowers last year on the Redskins, he was more than just a pylon.
What was he?
That's what I heard. That's what Utree said.
Oh.
Well, I guess he actually, because he was a borderline bust when he was with the Giants, and then he found resurgence with the football team.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a pretty awful game, or an awful game against the Lions this past week.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game, but like I looked at the score and just what happened there? Like,
Jack, do you want to take us through that?
Well, I thought Chris Berman took us through that.
Yeah, but we need you to take us through it too.
Oh, yeah. Chase Young did the dirty hit. Matt Prater has a leg. He kicked it through the uprights, and they won.
No, but what's your commentary on the game? Like, as you said, Chris Berman already recapped it, but like, what do you, as a football team fan or Washington football team fan, what do you think?
That they start off slow. If they just made it respectable at halftime, they would have won.
No, it was getting pretty abysmal. It was 24-3 at halftime. I don't know why the football team wants to start slow all the time.
And then the Lions decided, why not? Let's make it interesting.
Yeah, because they don't play well with leads either, like the Falcons.
No,
this is actually interesting here, because like they were the ones that that had the last minute score to win the game. They're usually on the receiving end because they're the original cursed team.
Yeah, or the Browns. They fumble on the 1 yard line.
And what's the context of that Lions curse?
So was Bobby
Maybe-
Lane.
Yeah, and also the Lions just tend to be unfortunately bad. And they just tend to be bad and they haven't really been relevant since Barry Sanders.
No, they're one of two teams that's gone over 10,000 days since a playoff appearance.
They're also the original Cleveland Browns. 2008, they went 0-16.
Yep.
That is very true. And it's crazy. They went 4-0 in the preseason that year.
Mm-hmm.
They
Just a
did, but
weird
preseason
tidbit.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That's perfect.
I saw this video yesterday where of John Boyce. He went on NFL head coach the video game, and he coached the 2008 Lions where the offense only did one play. It was this long pass to Calvin Johnson, and in the simulation, they won 3 games with the offense only doing one play in that.
Whoa.
To recap all the games that you may have missed this week, we got a special guest on the Total Bros Sports podcast. His name, he's on ESPN, is Chris Berman. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris Berman.
All right, it wouldn't be recap if we didn't get it started. Let's go.
Colts vs. Titans. This was a close game. Can Ryan Tannehill reach and make the AFC close? Game. Colts up 27. Team. Punt blocked by the Colts. They scored 27-17. They end up winning. Colts up 6-3. They beat the Titans. Now they take the lead in the division. Texans Browns. This was a very close game. Nick Chubb doing a selfless thing and running out of bounds is in the game 10-7. Washington at Detroit. The Lions up 24-3. Washington comes back, tying the game 27-27. Matthew Stafford throws the ball, miss, but oh no! Chase Young does a dirty hit, setting up a Matt Prater 59-yard field goal for the win. Jaguars vs. Packers. Jaguars trying to pull an upset of the century. Can they do it? No! Aaron Rodgers throwing a 6-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Adams, winning 24-20, going to 7-2. Bucks vs. Panthers. Bucks coming off a 38-3 loss to the Saints. Can they come back from that loss? Ronald Jones, handoff, 98 yards. He will go all the way. Bucks win 43-26. Giants and Eagles. Daniel Jones trying to go back-to-back wins. He runs it in, 34-yard touchdown. They're close to the division to win. Giants win 27-17. Raiders v. Broncos. Drew Lock was terrible, throwing 4 picks, while Josh Jacobs and Devontae Booker, who went all the way for 23 yards. Raiders win 37-20-12. Chargers v. Dolphins. Instead of being tanked for in 2020, Tua has been a tank, steamrolling every team he has played against. He has won his first 3 starts. Justin Herbert. Chargers do not have enough fire steam power to make a dent in these Dolphins. Dolphins win 29-21. Bills v. Cardinals. If you have been to social media at all in the last 3 days, you know the rest. Kyler Murray working his magic. So it's also the Hail Mary prayer. In the end zone, the final play. DeAndre Hopkins comes up with it. The Cardinals succeed winning the game. Cardinals win 32-30. Seahawks v. Rams. It appears that Russell Wilson has been spending too much time in the kitchen. His passes are burnt. Against the Rams this week, he tossed 2 interceptions en route to a divisional rival. Rams win 23-16. 49ers v. the Saints. Mullins failed to eliminate Jimmy G, who's on IR, and instead dropped another game, this time against the Saints. Brees goes down, they had to put in famous Jameis. New Orlean Saints on to win 27-13. Bengals v. Steelers, the blowout city. Despite defeating the Titans, the Bengals had no answers for Ben Roethlisberger in the Steeler offense. Big Ben piled and plunged the Bengals to the of it, 338 yards and 4 touchdowns. Pittsburgh blows out the Bengals, 36-10. Ravens at Patriots in a soak fest for the ages. Cam Newton and the Cheatriots swarm to victory, 23-17, with Newton's random statistic coming your way, being the first touchdown to rush for 9 touchdowns in 8 games. Through the rain, the Ravens had a hard time seeing the scoreboard, and even harder mounted a comeback. Down a touchdown with a minute left. He throws it, and it's incomplete. Patriots win their second in a row. Game of Monday night. Vikings v. Bears. Kirk Cousins trying to get his first win on Monday night. And what a slow night for Big Dick Nick. Couldn't complete a pass, and the Bears were just awful. Big Dick Nick got injured on a final play, but they had a chance to put in a no-name. Incomplete. The Bears lose. The Vikings are 3 in a row. Win 19-13. They're back on track.
Wow, Chris. I couldn't have done that better myself.
No problem. You will go all the way for a touchdown. TotalBroSports.
Oh, that must be such a toll mentally when you go 0-16.
Oh, yeah.
Like that Browns receiver who dropped the ball against the Steelers. Like I think he hasn't found employment since.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was because is that guy still in the league? And like, who is that, by the way? Who was?
It's like Corey something.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I can find that.
Coleman.
Yeah, Corey Coleman.
Corey
Yeah,
Coleman.
Corey Coleman. Corey Coleman. Exactly.
Let me look that up.
He's so good, Connor. He was such a bust. He was drafted early too.
Is an American football wide receiver for the New York Giants.
Yeah, he's on the New York Giants now.
Speaking of busts, you know who was I think the Jets had the football team bust Josh Dotson briefly. I don't know. Do you guys still have him?
Yes. No, but we did sign him. But we got Crowder from Washington. That was really good. He's been excellent. He's been the one bright spot.
No, that was a good signing on your part. He just did not play well with the football team. I remember this one game where he had like 3 fumbles.
Yep.
Yeah, he's great out of the slot, though. Like, he's perfect for Darnold. Darnold's loved him.
What's going on with Darnold? Is he coming back this week?
No, he is out this week. Again. But I don't know. I mean, I don't even mind when he's out anymore because it gives us a better chance to lose. And at this point, I mean, I've been rooting to lose for weeks. So
Tanked for Trevor.
Yep.
Here's a question. Here's a question for everyone. Will the Jets do it? Do you think the Jets will achieve legendary status? And
Yeah,
go
0-16.
coveted 0-16.
Sadly, kind of, because it's like I don't know. We don't have an easy schedule down the stretch at all. Because we play the Chargers, which I mean we're not going to be the Chargers. Dolphins, Raiders, Seahawks, Rams, then Browns and Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just don't see winning any of these games. Maybe one, like maybe I doubt we'll beat the Chargers. I mean, maybe the Browns or someone, but I think at this point, like everyone is so distraught and everyone is just so fed up that I just don't think that they're going to win under Adam Gase. Definitely.
I don't know. Yeah, like none of these seem like winnable games.
Yep. Time to go.
It's interesting.
0-16.
It's interesting because we've had a switch in the play calling for a few weeks. The offensive coordinator and QB coach, Dalla Loggins, took over, and the offenses look much better. Like against the Patriots, we almost won. We should have won, actually. And we've looked way better. It's just I don't know. Under Gase, it's just no one has any confidence anymore. Like it's just everyone.
Yeah, but you guys only put up 9 points against the Chiefs the previous week. Was that when Gase was still play calling or this new guy?
I'm not sure. I think it might have been the new guy. I forget exactly when he took over, but it's been a few weeks. He's been for 4 weeks. So, but it's just been it's just been terrible. I think yeah, the 0-16 I think will definitely be a big possibility.
You got to win a game just for the locker room.
But if we win a game and like the Jaguars only have one win, like I don't want to just get screwed out of the number one pick if we're going to be this bad.
But I heard didn't Trevor Lawrence not want to go to the Jets or something?
So not. I mean, people take that kind of out of context, kind of not, because like he was really going into the season. He was very adamant about going pro. And then they asked him, and he was like, it wasn't like the way that people worded it made it seem like he really didn't want to go to the Jets. But he just said, like, I don't know. I want to see what the situation, like, I just want to take my time, like, not make a decision. And, like, then when they were asking him these questions, he was super monotone. Like, he wasn't, like, it really didn't seem like he really was, like, adamant about staying at that point. So I definitely expect him to go pro. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just don't know what I don't know about you guys, but the argument that someone shouldn't go to like a certain team like the Jets, like Trevor Lawrence should stay next year, I don't think is a very good argument. Because like you're gonna have to go to a bad team anyways. It's expected. Like whoever gets the first pick is gonna be bad. And Trevor Lawrence.
Normally, those teams with the first picks are the ones with really dysfunctional organizations, like Washington and Cincinnati.
The Bengals last year, like I mean, you have to expect that you're gonna go to a bad team. Just because the team's really bad this year doesn't mean it's gonna be like that next year. Because I fully expect a ton of drastic changes in the organization.
Yeah, starting with Adam Gase. So I got him
better
there. He should.
Trevor would want to be taken by the Jets because if you slide in the draft, you lose a ton of money.
Yes, very, very true.
That's
maybe he's just scared of Adam Gase and what's going to happen to him.
No, don't worry. He wouldn't have to worry because he's going to be out the door.
And it really sucks for Sam Darnold because he just got moved on from after 3 seasons.
Yeah, this is his third.
Wait, Jack, you think Adam Gase is going to be gone at the end of the season?
Yeah, he's going to be shown the door.
I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Hugh Jackson stayed with the Browns after 2017.
Yeah, then he got fired the next year.
Adam Gase is he'll be fired. Definitely. I mean, my college, South Carolina, just fired Will Muschamp the other day. They're learning. Maybe the Jets have to take after them.
What's the record for your college?
2-5. It's ridiculous. People are not happy down here about the football.
Yep.
As expected, though. But we got rid of Muschamp. It should be a start. And hopefully the Jets will follow. They should. Joe Douglas is a good GM. I have confidence in him. It's just, I don't know. I understand waiting till the end of the season, too.
I'm looking at the standings here, and like I think the only team that has a chance of winning the Tank Bowl from the Jets is probably Jacksonville.
That's a Tank Bowl!
Unless like a team like the Cowboys or someone only has like 2 wins. And but there's no way that the Jets will get 2 wins or anything.
And don't Washington.
That's kind of interesting, though. It's kind of interesting because this year we have the Tank division, but none of them are likely to win the entire Tank Bowl. They're all going to be topped by the Jets.
Yep.
Luckily.
Yeah, and like it's very, very sad to see, but the leader of the NFC East is still only has 3 wins.
Yeah.
3
ridiculous
wins.
And I was watching some ESPN today, and some guy was saying how they're like the winner of the division is going to go 500, and I was just like, what? There's 0 chance of it. It'll be like a 6 win. Yeah, I was really confused.
who's going to go 500? Like the Eagles, they're certainly not. They have to play.
No team will go 500 in that
Look,
division.
There's no chance. There's no way.
The Eagles' five upcoming games are like Cleveland, Seattle, New Orleans, Cardinals.
Maybe the Giants.
They're not going to win any of those.
I mean, some of those teams are falling apart. Like the Saints are falling apart. Seahawks defense is terrible. You never know, but still, I don't expect that to happen.
I think
I
the
still
Giants
expect them to win.
possibly. Wait, I'm looking at the end of their season. They got the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Ravens. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Yeah, I
funny
don't
that the
think
NFC
any of them
East
are
has
500.
every team in the NFC East has to play every team in the NFC West this year. It's pretty funny. It's just like how the conference is lined up.
Yeah. It's just kind of amazing to see this unfold. I really hope the winner of the NFC East has less than 7 wins. That would be amazing. And I think it's possible. I think from what it looks like, I said this a few episodes. I think on episode 1, the winner is going to have a 6-10 record.
I would believe it.
It's still looking very likely that's going to happen.
Or 6-9-1, but yes.
Yeah,
They will. It'll be tough to. I don't see any team, going over 7 wins. But now everyone's flipped their opinion on Daniel Jones. All of a sudden, he
Everyone
tripped,
has flipped
lost
their
the game.
opinion on Daniel Jones.
He tripped and fell against the Eagles in their first game. Everyone's making fun of him. Now everyone's super high on him. They're like, "Oh, the Giants could win the division."
Don't worry, we're not going to
They are
that
only
rapidly.
Yeah,
I think
they're
it was
only a game and a half
for him to
back
make
from
it to the
Eagles.
end zone instead of falling over. I don't know. Maybe he's improved. I haven't really watched the last 2 Giants games.
I don't know. It's weird because he's oddly good at running. I didn't really notice that until this year.
Wheels.
But he can run and he's big.
Yeah, it's fast.
I saw this on
Yeah.
ESPN. Daniel
And he's
Jones
big, too.
is
He can,
actually,
take
the
hits.
second fastest. Yeah, I think he has the fastest QB speed since 2018 of all the quarterbacks in the league. And that's including Lamar Jackson.
That's ridiculous. I don't know
Daniel
how
Jones
that's
is
possible.
quietly
But
the fastest quarterback in the league. Maybe even the fastest player. Who knows?
and he has good size, too. So it's that's the other thing.
Yeah, I think
Who would have thought?
I think the Giants might be able to. Let me look at the Eagles' schedule too. They might be able to win that division with 5 wins.
I think they can. They're the team that's got the momentum right now.
That is true.
Yeah, that's
If they beat Joe Burrow that's next week.
Yeah,
And then and they beat the Cowboys at home.
Then they could win.
the division is really up for grabs. Any team can win at this point, except for the Cowboys. I'd say.
Cowboys are dysfunctional right now.
But
I wouldn't even
Washington
count
definitely
them
could
out,
win.
too.
I don't know. I mean,
That Gilbert
their
guy
QB situation is tough.
that Gilbert guy could play.
That's true. Garrett Gilbert. I don't know. He has a funny name, Garrett Gilbert, but
Garrett Gilbert
he's somehow
better than
surprising.
Danucci.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. Alex Smith threw for 390 yards last week.
Yeah,
It's good to see that.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
It's cool to see him play. Did you guys watch that documentary, the 11, Project 11?
I did watch that. It's crazy.
It's really good.
Yeah.
After watching that and watching him play, it's just ridiculous. I cannot believe that he's able to do this in 2 years.
Thanks for listening to the Total Bro Sports Podcast.